Hello, hello. I just literally got done watching Final Destination. You know, turn on the light. Gotta zoom in. Good. Now, I got done watching Final Destination and Final Destination Bloodlines. Oh my god. I had fun with the movie. A lot of fun. I think it's has some of my favorite not not all time favorite, but yeah, has some of my favorite, kills in the movie. My god. Spoilers, obviously. And but yeah, it was really good, Starting off with the characters. Nearly every Final Destination, all the characters are not that memorable, but this one, yeah, not that memorable. I did like the little brother, and I did like the brothers from the sons from the son side of the bloodline. The cousins basically. I did like the cousins. Cousins of the main girl. I really like that. It was pretty good. It was not that bad, and I like that. Look at the bond between those two, and I called it when the moment he survived, the emo guy, the one with the piercings, the moment he survived, and the moment the sister died. I meant to say the moment the sister died. Um, I was like, oh my god, the mom had an affair, and as soon as I said that, and we got to the scene, and then boom, it's revealed that she had an affair, and I was like, wow, okay, and that was funny, and then the vending machine, the ICU unit, I think, or the CAT scan, the big magnet. That was probably one of my favorites. Oh my! It's a two-parter kill, so they got two of them. They got a the emo guy caught a stray because he was pushing his brother to basically die, and yeah, he got what he did. The fact that none of them questioned the machine being on, knowing that like Death fucking does all the hints and shit, and the fact, I don't know, I just felt very stupid. That was a stupid moment of them, but I understand. I guess I understand why stay in the quiet room. That way you could easily eat peanut butter. But the way I thought it was gonna happen, a little funny thing. The way I thought it was gonna happen was the machine was gonna activate, and the piercings were gonna go like straight to the brother. So it was like his kill, like he killed him. I was gonna happen like that, but I guess that was just too predictable. But the emo brother, the piercing brother's death. That was funny to see. All the piercings. His nose, his ears, and his nipples, and then his God, like what? His wiener got a piercing on it. Come on, and then ooh. And now he can survive. He can survive a little bit bloodlust, but like he's not gonna die, is he? And then the wheelchair got on him, and it was like and it was pushing him. Oh, that was my favorite. That was my favorite kill of the movie. Like, it was CGI, all CGI. Every kill looked CGI. I don't even think there was a practical one, but it was good. The CGI, like you could tell, but it was like a nice one, like it was like a type of mushy, like PlayStation, high quality Naughty Dog gore, but I was like, you know what, I like it, and then, the brother died. The vending machine, the vending machine coming back to kill him after the fake out spring. Since I thought the vending machine was gonna kill him, the spring coming out, it was gonna go to the one down and pierce his head. And then I was like, oh, it didn't happen. But then it came back and it did. I was like, oh my god, that was really cool. It was really cool. And I'm going out of order, but talking about the dad dying in the movie, man, knowing it was coming just sucks. Since I was really liking him, like he was so nice, so chill. Like he literally saw his sister, the one that left everything all behind, and he was like, sure. How are you, sis? Come stay with us. Come on, we'd love to have you. He was being all nice, and then like, boom, knife on the glass, foot on the glass, and then the lawnmower. Man, oh, but yeah, I just love the suspense. The suspense in the movie is probably one of my favorites. Like it's so like zoom in, like oh, you see this? You see this? What's gonna happen? Keep looking. What's gonna happen? Like that movie was literally all that. It was literally all that. It was like set piece, set piece. Now think about it. We're gonna do that. I love the joke that they, for some reason, not for some reason, that they thought about the, you know, getting a baby, and they were like, "No, we shouldn't." But he's like, "No, you're right, we shouldn't." And then, that led to the deaths, and then Tony Todd. That was a real powerful moment. I don't know if like Tony Todd purposely like forged this scene because he knew like what was coming for him, and unfortunately, rest in peace. My God, it was literally a perfect goodbye. Like, spend the time you have with your friends and family, and have every second with them, since you never know when death's door is knocking. And wow, that was such a nice scene, and I got a little emotional to that. I didn't cry, but I was going there because man, the fact that this is his final movie, and he appeared in every one since the beginning, and wow, it's just a fun way to go. Not fun way, but like an emotional way to go. Like him leaving the scene, and that's it. That's all that's left. I'm really glad, and I'm obviously not gonna. If they make a sequel that's later in the timeline, they're obviously not gonna show him, like, because he's not only rest in peace in real life. He's also gonna, like, big twist. Dead basically by the end of the movie. Like obviously we're not gonna see that, but you can obviously speculate that he is gonna die. And the plot twist of him, I don't know if it was mentioned in any of the other movies, since memory's a bit fuzzy. Him being a survivor of, a premonition was so shocking. I did not know that. Wow. It blew my mind. Since the reason he's so knowledgeable of this stuff is because he lived it. He survived. And so that makes a lot more sense. A lot of theories where he is deaf, or like he's like some type of like agent guy that's like, the narrator to help the our fellow companions on their journey. And I'm glad it was none of that. He was just very knowledgeable because this happened to him. Like he was as of right now, as the movie, the most well-known record of the premonition of Final Destination. Like this movie, the grandma being the most, far back in the timeline, as in like premonition occurrences. And yeah, like that's why he was so knowledgeable. And then, they added a little nod to his like sickness. I'm like, wow. And then, at the end, a living memory of Todd. Wow. It's just bam. Got me right there. I love that scene. And then the rest of the movie kind of falls flat, It builds this like epic final showdown for the last piece. Like it was nice to see, but like it was like, oh, I'm gonna get to the cabin. Like the mom's gonna sacrifice herself ish to spend the rest of her remaining life in that cabin, so that way her kids can have a enough fulfilling life for until she passes away, and then they could most likely hopefully die by natural causes by then. But that'd be hard since you're kind of already halfway there. Yeah, but you know what? It was cool, but then I really love the fact that the plant came back. The plant from the very beginning came back, and the whole "you thought you got me this time" nod from the grandma. Ooh, I love that. The little chicory of death right there. Little sneaky bitch. You know, my God, I love that. I love that. I really love that. And then the explosion, and then the mom surviving that. And then the TV, I'm gonna survive as long as I can. You go help you. Come on, really? And then, but yeah. And then the whole drowning part, and then, bringing Bot back. I knew that shit wasn't gonna work. I was literally expecting either a pull to go straight to the both of them, or if it did work, somehow, for the brother to immediately kick the bucket. And then, time passes. They go to the, what was it, like a prom dance that the brother was having. And then the build up to the old lady that picked up the penny from earlier, and the scene of a train track. We already know where this is going. And then, yeah, the penny, that goddamn penny from the book, making its way to basically being the end of their, the end of the brother and sister. Like, wow, the penny. Little cheeky asshole. The fucking penny stopping the train. But yeah, that whole derailing train scene I saw from the trailer, but I completely forgot. And so the moment it played, that shocked me. And so the fact that they had that in the trailer is really dumb. They should really take that out. Okay, but yeah, that was really good. Final Destination, Bloodlines. As of right now, I have not rewatched all the movies, so I have no clear ranking. But as of right now, I would say this is my favorite. Recency bias, maybe, but right now, I have really fun with the movie. My friends were there, and so we were like, whoa! Especially when the random jump scare to the grandma getting murked again. They showed it off, and so it was just like, whoa! We all jumped. But yeah, this was definitely one of the most goofiest ones. Since this one, the way most of it's worded and most of it's played out, they're being very fourth wall moment to be like, oh yeah, well of course it's kind of dumb when a latchet falls from the sky into another person, causing them to bounce off, hit another person, causing that thing to bounce to hit you, causes you to fall down. Yeah, but the only complaints, I wish there was more practical effects, and it wasn't too goofy for a complaint. I didn't mind it since I kind of like stuff like that, but I did wish for more of a serious tone, and I did like the change of the granddaughter, our main character, seeing the premonition of the grandma, and so that leads her on to try to convince all her friends, all her families to that this is real. I like that. That's something new for the series, since it was always the main character gets the vision. They take some friends out of there. They leave the area, and they see the area get destroyed. And so most of the friends believe them. They're like, oh my God, you're right. All that stuff happened. And then it was nice, but then it got so irritating when no one kept believing her after 2 deaths in the span of, in the timeline of the movie. I'm not really sure, since it was pretty quick, since all of a sudden grandma died and then it cuts to the coffin. So that could be like a week later or something. But yeah, and the way it was cut, I was 100% expecting the moment the guy hit the lawnmower in the face, the dad, for me to immediately cut to a coffin again. But I'm glad they didn't do that. It was like a scream zoom out into the funeral. But I like the movie. It's pretty good. I'm gonna go rewatch the movies now and see what holds up. I heard the third one was like the worst one. And yeah, see y'all then. Final Destination is back. I can't wait for more. And that goddamn grandma was the death of all. The one with the penny, the one that picked up the penny. Oh, look at here, Shani. My lucky penny. Can I buy a lemonade? Kills my